I open the email, expecting the usual corporate update, but instead see her name glowing in black and white on the screen. My wife and her boss. The words are clinical, almost mundane, but the implication hits like a hammer. My stomach lurches. My pulse skyrockets. I shouldn't be reading this. I shouldn't be feeling this. And yet I can't look away. Her laugh echoes in my memory, fragile and reckless. I trace it back, trying to justify what I shouldn't. She's my wife. She wouldn't. Would she? My hands shake as I scroll. Attachment, fear, rage, twisting into a cocktail of disbelief I can't sip slowly. I close the laptop, pretending I'm calm. Pretending. Dinner is quiet tonight. The clink of silverware on porcelain is deafening. She asks about work, her voice soft, unaware, or maybe aware and testing me. I lie, smiling too brightly, my pulse hammering. Inside, the image of her boss, his hands on her, the emails, the hidden texts, they won't leave. I wonder if she suspects. Later, I watch her from the darkened hallway. She moves like a predator in silk, laughing at something on her phone, oblivious to me or maybe intentionally exposing herself. My head spins. Part of me wants to confront her, tear the truth from her. Another part, darker, colder, wants to watch, to see how long she can keep this perfect mask in place. I lie awake, imagining every possible confession, every betrayal. I imagine her crying, her pleading, and then something inside me shivers at the thought. What if she's already caught me in her web of lies? What if her guilt is a weapon aimed straight at my morality? The next morning, the first micro-reversal hits. She kisses me goodbye, lingering longer than usual. Have a good day, she murmurs, and I feel my resolve crack. I want to scream, to demand, to shatter this fragile illusion. But instead I nod, voice small, like a man walking on glass. At work, I can't focus. Emails blur into one another. Then comes the second twist. A forwarded message accidentally lands in my inbox from one of her colleagues. Casual, joking, about a secret lunch with the boss. My chest tightens. My brain refuses to let this go. My trust shatters further, then rebuilds in strange, twisted loyalty. I don't want her to see me broken. I want her to see me calculating, calm, untouchable. And the third reversal, subtle but sharp. A colleague asks why I seem distracted. I lie, I smile. I craft a narrative that shields her, protects her, confuses me. Protects me? My own moral compass flips and tumbles. I'm the observer, the judge, the prey, and the predator, all at once. By nightfall, the house is silent. She sleeps. I watch from the doorway. I want to shake her awake, demand answers, but I don't. I want to see her crack under guilt. I want to feel her human, vulnerable. Then unexpectedly, she stirs, mumbling my name. Eyes half closed, she whispers, "Are you mad at me?" I freeze. Mad? No, that's too simple. I am far beyond mad, but I nod anyway carefully, so she can't see the storm inside me, and as she drifts back to sleep, I make the choice. I won't confront her tonight. I will wait. Watch. Learn. Because I need the truth on my own terms. The twist that changes everything. She isn't hiding. She's performing. And I have no idea how deep the performance goes. The office smells like stale coffee and ambition. I watch her from across the room, laughing at a joke her boss made, the easy intimacy between them like a knife in my chest. My gut twists. My chest feels too tight. I tell myself to leave it alone, pretend, be the calm one. But then she glances my way. Our eyes meet. Just a flicker. And for a second, just a second, I see guilt flash there. Or maybe it's something darker. A warning. I don't know. I can't read her anymore. I sit at my desk pretending to work, yet every keystroke is a lie. My thoughts orbit her like planets around a sun that burns too bright. And then twist one, my phone buzzes. An anonymous tip. A photo sent by a colleague, blurry, casual, yet unmistakable. Her hand in his. Too close, too intimate. I feel my stomach drop. But instead of fury, a strange heat rises. I'm drawn into this darkness willingly. I want to see how far she'll go. At lunch, I confront her, or rather approach her cautiously. I don't accuse. I smile, light, polite. She stiffens. Micro-reversal too. She laughs nervously, brushing it off. You worry too much, she says, and something in her voice trembles. Not fear, exactly. Not guilt, exactly. But vulnerability. I want to believe it. I want to reach across the table and touch that flicker of humanity. But I pull back. Later, we're trapped in a conference room for an impromptu meeting. Her boss is there, smug, self-assured. I watch them, the energy between them magnetic, dangerous. And then, micro reversal 3, the boss leaves the room for a call. Suddenly, she's just herself, unguarded. Her posture slumps. Her hands fidget, and she whispers, "I'm scared," just barely audible. My chest constricts. The predator in me softens. I almost reach for her hand. Almost. We leave the office together, walking through the drizzle-soaked streets. She talks about trivial things, traffic, weather, a coworker's new promotion. I listen, nodding. My mind reels, trying to reconcile the woman in front of me with the woman in the emails, the texts, the photos. And then, unexpected twist, she grabs my arm just slightly and says, "I'm glad you're here." Her voice is shaky, vulnerable. I can't tell if she's confessing or manipulating. I drive us home in silence. The rain beats against the windshield, loud and relentless. Inside me, desire and suspicion fight. I want to demand the truth, but I also want to see her unravel on her own. I want her guilt, her vulnerability, her confession, but only on my terms. The moral line blurs. Do I confront her now or let her unravel naturally? At the apartment, she pours wine. She offers me a glass. I take it. We sit on the couch, not touching. The distance both intimate and torturous. I can smell the faint perfume she wears, soft, familiar, dangerous. And then, another micro-reversal, she laughs. Light, nervous, almost breaking. "You're different today," she says, studying me. And I realize she's testing me. Testing my control, my reactions. I shift in my seat, unconsciously accepting the challenge. She starts talking, slowly, cautiously about her day. I notice her hands tremble. Her sentences falter. She avoids my gaze, but her voice carries more honesty than I expected. And then, gut punch cliffhanger, the subtle admission slips. "Sometimes I don't know who I am anymore." She looks at me, eyes glistening. Not guilt exactly, confusion, pain, desire, fear, all tangled. I don't respond immediately. I let her words linger. I let the silence stretch. I let her feel the weight of my observation. And that's when the power shifts again, sympathy twisting like a blade. I don't hate her anymore. I don't want revenge yet. I want to understand. To see how far she'll go before she crumbles. Night deepens. She moves closer, careful, tentative. I let her. Not because I forgive, not because I forget, but because I want to see if she'll betray me in real time. Her shoulder brushes mine. Her hand trembles as she reaches for mine, then pulls back. She laughs softly, awkwardly, hiding something. And then, small, shocking reversal, she kisses me. A fleeting touch testing my reaction. I freeze, not anger, not lust, confusion. Power is shifting again. I want to pull away, I want to melt into her, I want to see her fail and confess. She steps back. Breathless, wide-eyed. "I can't do this," she whispers. Micro-reversal 5. Vulnerability and defiance entwined. And then, just as quickly, she smiles. A fragile, dangerous smile. I see the play. I see the manipulation. Or is it desperation? I can't tell. I lie awake later, listening to her sleep. Her breath shallow. The guilt, the fear, the desire, it's all tangible. And I realize I am pulled into her orbit. Not as husband or victim, but as observer, accomplice, conspirator. I am no longer moral. I am no longer neutral. I am watching her spiral, and in that watching I feel alive, dangerous, obsessed. And then, final cliffhanger for this part, my phone buzzes. Another anonymous message, this time a video. The timestamp is from yesterday. Her and her boss, more intimate than before. And I understand coldly that I'm not just a witness anymore. I'm caught in a web I can't escape, and the lines between punishment, desire, and forgiveness have vanished. I stare at the screen. My reflection stares back. Angry, betrayed, seduced, I don't know. All I know is that nothing will ever be the same. Not her, not me, not us. The apartment feels smaller tonight. Tighter. Even the shadows seem to press against the walls, watching us. She's on the couch, curled into herself, eyes wide, hands clutching a pillow. I stand by the window, the city light stretching endlessly beyond the glass. Outside, life goes on. Inside, ours has fractured. I don't know when to speak. My throat is dry, my hands tense. I feel both predator and prey, and it's intoxicating. Finally, I move toward her. She flinches slightly. Micro-reversal 1. Fear and trust collide in her gaze. She wants me to confront her but also wants me to wait. I saw it, I say quietly, voice low enough that it could be mistaken for a whisper or a threat. Her body tenses and I see it all at once: guilt, shame, fear, desire. Micro reversal 2 hits like a punch. She doesn't deny it. She just looks down. I didn't mean for it to happen, she whispers. And just like that, my rage teeters on the edge, threatening to spill. But I stop myself. I don't want her apology. I want truth. And I realize, horrifyingly, I'm addicted to the tension between us. I want her broken. I want her honest. She shifts, meeting my gaze. I didn't want to hurt you, she says, trembling. I thought I could manage it. I thought I could handle everything without you knowing. Her words are fragile, almost desperate, and suddenly I'm unsure whether to hate her or pity her. The moral lines blur. Then she leans forward, close enough that I can smell her perfume, a mixture of warmth and danger. She touches my hand, tentatively, almost apologetically. Micro reversal 3. Intimacy through guilt. My heart hammers. I pull back, and yet the pull toward her is undeniable. I pace. Manage it? I echo, voice breaking. You cheated on me with him, and this is what you call managing it? Rage bubbles and then falters into something else: fear, confusion. She looks at me, tears shining in the lamplight. I want to comfort her. I want to punish her. Both at once. And I realize the power is slipping. She has me where she wants me. She rises, approaching slowly, each step measured. I didn't choose him over you, she says, voice trembling but firm. I was scared of losing myself. Of losing you. I didn't know what else to do. Her confession isn't complete, but the vulnerability is raw, unsettling. Sympathy twists with anger in my chest. Micro reversal 4. She suddenly hugs me, pressing her face to my shoulder. I stiffen, trapped between fury and desire. Her warmth burns through my defenses. She whispers my name, shattering the last of my composure. I want to pull away, but I can't. I want to scream at her, to shake her, but I just stand there, trembling, caught in the paradox of love and betrayal. Then, unexpectedly, she pulls back slightly. Her hands tremble. I have to tell you everything, she says, voice shaking. My stomach knots. Another micro reversal. The revelation is imminent. I don't know if I'm ready, and yet I am. Obsessed with it, she confesses: the lunches, the late-night texts, the stolen moments. Each detail lands like a stone in my chest. I feel my world crumble, my identity fracture. But even as betrayal courses through me, something darker rises. Fascination. I am compelled to understand, to see the truth in her eyes. Her gaze meets mine, pleading. I never stopped loving you, she says. And suddenly the narrative flips. I am no longer just the betrayed. I am complicit in her unraveling. The line between victim and perpetrator dissolves. Then, micro reversal 5, the moment that shatters me. I see it. Not fear, not guilt, but a spark of defiance in her eyes. She isn't just confessing. She's daring me to judge her, to punish her, to test my morality. She's dangerous, magnetic, and utterly alive. And I realize the dynamic has shifted. She has reclaimed control, and I am dangling on the edge of her choice. We sit in silence after her confession, the room thick with unspoken truths. My mind races: anger, lust, pity, desire. My chest burns, my hands shake. I want to forgive. I want to destroy. I want to love her and hate her at the same time. The emotional whiplash is intoxicating. Then she leans close again, voice barely above a whisper. I can't lie to you anymore, she says. But I need to know. Can you forgive me? I don't answer immediately. I trace her hand with mine, feeling the warmth, the vulnerability, the danger. My mind fractures with possibilities. Forgiveness, revenge, obsession, desire. I realize there is no right choice, only survival, only surrender, only the raw truth of our twisted intimacy. And then, the final twist of part 3, she steps back, tears streaming, and confesses something I never expected. It wasn't just him, she whispers. There's someone else, someone. I thought you'd never find out. My chest tightens. The revelation cuts deeper than any betrayal so far. And just like that, I understand. The unraveling has only begun. The game has shifted, and nothing will ever be the same. I am broken. I am fascinated. I am obsessed. And in that fractured state, I realize the impossible. I still love her. The apartment feels colder tonight, though the heat is still heavy between us. She's on the floor, back against the couch, knees drawn up. Her eyes are wide, glistening with tears and exhaustion. I stand over her, the weight of betrayal pressing down like a physical force. I want to scream, to smash something, to make her feel my pain. Instead, I just watch. "I told you," she whispers, voice cracking. "I didn't mean for this to happen." Micro reversal 1. The confession is both an apology and a challenge. She's daring me to break, to explode, to lose control, and I almost do. I pace the room, fists clenched, teeth grinding. Every instinct screams at me to leave, to punish, to erase her from my life. But my body betrays me. I am drawn toward her, fascinated by her vulnerability. Rage and desire twist together, indistinguishable. My moral compass has shattered, leaving only raw instinct. Then she shifts slightly, and I notice something I hadn't before: the subtle signs of manipulation. She's been rehearsing this, preparing for the moment when the truth could be weaponized. Micro reversal 2. Victimhood and cunning entwined. I feel my sympathy collapse under the weight of this realization. She isn't just broken. She's dangerous. I need to know everything, I growl, voice shaking. Every detail, every lie, every person. She nods, trembling, and begins to speak, each word a dagger in my chest. The lunches, the texts, the stolen nights, they were only part of it. The someone else she hinted at before. My chest tightens, and then she reveals the unimaginable. Another man, a shadow I hadn't seen coming. Micro reversal 3. The betrayal multiplies, the moral landscape tilts. Her voice trembles as she explains. It wasn't about love. It was about survival, control, and fear. Each choice she made was both selfish and self-preserving. And suddenly I understand. This woman, the one I thought I knew, has been operating on a different plane entirely. She is both victim and predator, lover and destroyer. I fall back onto the couch, exhausted, heart pounding. She moves closer, tentative, desperate. "I never wanted to hurt you," she whispers. I laugh, bitter, hollow, without joy. "You've destroyed everything," I say, voice breaking. Micro reversal 4. Anger and fascination swirl together. I want her gone, yet I cannot turn away. She reaches for my hand and I flinch but don't pull back. Her warmth is intoxicating, suffocating. She leans her head against my shoulder. For a moment I almost believe in reconciliation. Almost. And then she says something that shatters the fragile calm. "I only ever loved you." Even with him? Even with the others, it was always you. The words should bring relief, redemption, forgiveness. But instead they twist inside me a cruel paradox. Micro reversal 5. Love and betrayal coexist, impossible to separate. My heart aches, my mind reels. I want to believe her, I want to hate her, I want to destroy her. I want all of it at once. Then the confrontation escalates. Voices rise, emotions flare. I accuse, she defends, tears fall, breaths heave. The room becomes a storm of accusation and confession. I am enraged and enamored simultaneously, drawn to her like a moth to fire. Each word peels back another layer of truth, another shard of moral ambiguity. "You don't understand," she cries. "I was protecting you. From yourself, from what you'd do if you knew, from everything I knew about myself." Her eyes bore into mine, fierce and vulnerable, and I realize, micro reversal 6, that perhaps she was always in control, subtly guiding the chaos to test me, to see how far I could endure. I stumble back, shaking, breathless. The apartment spins around me. She stands, desperate, pleading, and suddenly I see it. The raw, naked truth. The betrayals, the lies, the seductions, they were never just about her. They were about us. About how we define love, obsession, trust, and punishment. The power dynamic shifts one final time. I am no longer the observer. I am complicit. And then the final twist of part 4. A phone buzzes on the counter. A message from her boss. Another explicit image sent intentionally this time. She glances at it, terrified. "I didn't want you to see this," she says, voice breaking. But the revelation has already landed. The final betrayal is exposed. I stare at her, and in that moment despair washes over me. Every moral certainty, every sense of justice, every thread of trust has unraveled. We are broken, together and alone. I see her for who she truly is. Complex, dangerous, fragile, irresistible. And I see myself, consumed, complicit, obsessed. The night stretches on. Words fade into silence. Tears dry on her cheeks, leaving streaks of guilt and fear. I sit opposite her, numb, heart pounding, unable to reconcile love and betrayal. And in the heavy quiet, I realize the truth. Nothing will ever be simple again. I thought I could punish her. I thought I could destroy her. But instead, I am destroyed. And she has survived, fierce and alive, still dangerously magnetic. The apartment is silent now, except for the distant hum of city lights and our uneven breaths. She sits on the couch, knees drawn up, staring at her hands. I stand by the window, the night stretching endlessly beyond the glass. Every instinct screams at me to leave, to run, to punish. But I don't, I can't. She finally looks up. Her eyes are raw, vulnerable, human, and terrifyingly beautiful. I never lied about how I feel for you, she says, voice trembling. Even with him. Even with everything. It was always you. I want to laugh, scream, cry. Micro-reversal 1, confession meets defiance. I am both enraged and drawn in, and the paradox twists my gut. I move toward her slowly, deliberately. She flinches, expecting fury, betrayal, rejection. But instead I kneel in front of her, taking her hands in mine. You broke me, I say, voice tight. But somehow, I still want you. She gasps, a small startled sound, and I realize I am as entangled in this as she is. Then she confesses everything I didn't know. The other man, the emails, the lunches, they were all part of a desperate attempt to shield me from the worst of her choices. She orchestrated the chaos not just for herself, but to test me, to see if I could survive the truth. Micro-reversal 2, betrayal reframed as protection. Sympathy and anger collide in my chest, impossible to separate. I feel my hands tremble, my heart hammer. You played with me, I whisper. She nods, tears spilling freely now. Yes, but I never stopped loving you. I only ever chose you. Micro-reversal 3, victim becomes manipulator, becomes lover. The emotional whiplash is unbearable, intoxicating. We collapse onto the couch together, a tangle of limbs, breaths, and trembling confessions. Her lips brush mine, hesitant, searching, and I feel the full weight of every betrayal, every secret, every act of defiance. It's raw. It's intimate. It's devastating. We are both broken, both alive, both dangerously close to destruction. Hours pass. We speak in whispers, each word loaded with truth and consequence. I learn things I never expected. The full scope of her fear. The moment she lied to protect me. The subtle manipulations meant to guide me rather than hurt me. Micro-reversal 4. I realize that everything I thought I knew about morality, love, and power has been reframed. I want to forgive her. I want to destroy her. I want to disappear with her into this fractured intimacy. And I realize that desire itself is a weapon. We are addicted to the tension between us, to the collision of love and betrayal. Sympathy and rage are inseparable. Desire and fear are intertwined. Then comes the first final twist. She tells me that the other man, her boss, had been exploiting her all along. He manipulated her, threatened exposure, twisted her fear into compliance. The affair was never love. It was survival. Micro-reversal 5, betrayal reframed, culpability shifted. I feel anger and relief wash over me simultaneously. And then, the second hidden twist, the truth beneath the truth. She shows me the email I found months ago. The one that started this entire spiral. She admits she sent it herself. She engineered the leak, knowing I would find out. Knowing it would force confrontation, force confession, force raw honesty between us. She orchestrated the entire chaos to strip away pretense. To test if love could survive the fire. My chest tightens. Shock, awe, and a strange exhilaration course through me. I stare at her silent. She smiles faintly, exhausted but unbroken. I didn't just survive, she says softly. I chose you, and now? It's your choice. The power dynamic has inverted again. I am both freed and imprisoned by her honesty. I feel the pull of surrender and the sharp edge of obsession. I reach for her, drawing her close. The kiss is desperate, tender, a collision of rage, relief, and desire. She trembles in my arms, and I realize nothing can undo what has happened. Nothing can restore innocence or certainty. But this raw, dangerous intimacy is truth. We sit together, holding each other in the quiet aftermath. I trace the curve of her jaw, the line of her neck, and I see every betrayal, every fear, every lie reflected in her eyes. And in that reflection, I see myself, flawed, broken, addicted to chaos and desire, yet unflinchingly human. The final line arrives, a whisper, a verdict, a confession wrapped in inevitability. I destroyed him. And that's how he set me free. We remain there, entwined, haunted by our past, yet tethered together in a fragile, dangerous peace. The city lights flicker, distant and cold. But inside this apartment, the fire between us burns, untamed, unpredictable, and painfully alive.